name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Next tweet. Is Harry only just finding out or only just accepting what's happening? We've been saying they wanted Meghan and maybe him unalive for some times. Black women especially saw the attack against Meghan for what they are from day one. Alright, so there's some headlines here. Prince Harry said his worst fear have been confirmed in war comments after his security case. I think for him, he probably did know this. I'll tell you when he sort of knew. Okay, when he did that interview, that GQ interview with that gentleman who saved the white man who was being stumbled during the Black Lives Matter in the UK. He did a GQ interview of that guy. I have it in one of my videos. I'll show you the thumbnails of it. I think I have 2 videos about it. It's in one of those. Where Harry said something, being with Meghan sort of opened his eyes to some of the things he didn't think were some issues. So around that time, I would say, he started noticing. But because of his position, he has to be very careful of what he says publicly. While many of us, including myself, even when I knew the brother was the backstabber, okay, before anybody else came and said it, I think it was a little bit me into looking into Harry and Meghan. And I knew it was William was part of the problem. But Harry, on the other hand, there are certain things he cannot say publicly. Okay? He gave benefit of doubt to the family during the Oprah interview.
I'm acutely aware of where my family stand and how scared they are of the tabloids turning on them.
Turning on them for what? They're the royal family.
Yes, but it's there is this invisible what's termed or referred to as the invisible contract behind closed doors between the institution and the tabloids, UK tabloids.
How so?
Well, it is to simplify. It's a case of if you as a family member are willing to wine, dine, and give full access to these reporters, then you will get better press.
What do you care about better press if you're royal?
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation, right? There is a level of control by fear that has existed for generations. I mean,
But who's controlling?
But at the same time, I think he's very acutely aware of the reality of things. But once he go to court, things have been laid out in court. It is documented, it's concrete. It's not through the tabloid. Now, he could have that as a backup to whatever we have been saying, whatever he has been feeling. Okay, so now he has a backup to feel the way that he felt. Okay, so this is something we have to understand. He's in a different position than any of us. Prince Harry said his worst fear have been confirmed in raw comments after his security case exclusive. Harry believes the removal of his security was a calculated, a realization he admits was difficult to swallow. Oh my God, there's so much more. Prince Harry is reeling from the aftermath of a real battle that has forced him to confront the painful reality he's never fully escaped since leaving the UK in 2020. A reality that lies at the heart of his ongoing rift with the royal family. Feeling, quote, exhausted and overwhelmed, Harry told People as he left court on April 9 that his, quote, worst fear has been confirmed by the whole legal disclosure in this case, and that's really sad. Now, they're quoting him saying this. Let's keep in mind, there's a possibility. I don't think it was a sit-down, exclusive sit-down. probably while he was walking out of court, they, you know how reporters sometimes throw questions at people and whether you answer or not, so they will get their quote or something like that. So I think it was during those moments. If they did a sit down, okay, so I'll probably be wrong. The Duke of Sussex Foley spent 2 days at London Royal Court of Justice, deeply focused, taking notes and closely following the proceedings of his appeal regarding the removal of automatic state-backed security for him and his wife Meghan Markle in 2020, when Harry and Meghan proposed to the late Queen Elizabeth that they live abroad while still supporting the monarchy. They believe they had found the ideal solution to a difficult chapter, one that would bring them happiness, leave the royal family at peace, and allow their public work to continue. Quote, "We were trying to create this happy house," Harry tells People. When Harry departed the Sandringham Summit in January 2020, he did so with the understanding that his security will remain in place. Court documents revealed that, and the letters from the Queen herself, she expressed support for Harry and Meghan's need for effective security. Yet, just 1 month later, the government committee responsible for state funding security, RAVEC, informed them that this will no longer be the case. In this aspect, the first video that I did, I was a bit confused with the date of when Charles removed the Lord Gate, who was the Queen private secretary, okay, for 10 years, and then put Edward Young. So Edward Young was replaced in 2017, okay, just before Meghan married Harry, okay. Exploiting Megxit, her then Wooten, and a cash for leaks scandal split the monarchy. The first retail edition of Byline Times monthly newspapers revealed the world-exclusive story about why Prince Harry and Meghan really left the royal family. I have this article somewhere in one of my videos on APTS Sussex. And there's that. Okay? Some of the comment allowing the level of bullying Meghan has endured was deliberate. Look at with the Jeremy Clarkson thing. Alright, so another baggage forgot. There will be no other end result other than someone else harming her or her harming herself. The royal institution will be fully exposed to the masses, and they deserve all the heat that comes with them. And then you think they will learn? Okay? The moment Harry left, when he did that speech at the Sandringham, after the Sandringham Summit, during the Sandabali engagement, this was the perfect time to leave Harry alone, move their separate ways. But you see, they keep on poking at Harry. They keep on poking. Look at this. They went after his Sandabali. Alright? So these people they know no end. They only, I guess, feel happy when someone else is miserable. Okay, I feel for Harry a lot. Family betrayal is the worst feeling ever, and your brain struggles to accept it. I hope he's able to heal from this too and get on with his life. Okay, I hope he does too. Okay, I'm always very surprised that the people from the Commonwealth still did not say anything regarding the royal family's treatment of Meghan. Why does the Commonwealth still exist, as well as all the wealth has been taken out? It's a matter of having it recorded and documented. Thank you. This person got it. And I almost missed it. My nose is running. Okay? It's a matter of having it on record, documented. This is exactly that. Okay? He knew he got his evidence through this lawsuit. Now he's putting it on the public record. That's it. When you hear the royal vats in the UK saying that, oh, Harry's gonna run to the media and talk, no. Harry goes through the courts, okay, where it really matters, and expose their ass to be documented. Because if it goes to straight to the media, guess what? They could say whatever they want, and they could change it anytime they want. We have seen those kind of things happening. I need to finish. My nose is running. Next tweet. There's more I could go into, but let's leave it as that. This is how the UK royal reporters gaslight trolls and public opinion against Prince Harry. Instead of stating the obvious, which is court evidence presented in front of the judge, here's Chris says new claims. New claims by Prince Harry that his police protection was taken away in an attempt to keep him and Meghan in the royal family. They're removing that link from the public common sense kind of thing. I don't trust Chris Chip. What side is he on? The royal family. Okay, I like to know who they know. That was the plan, of course. They wanted him back, of course. They tried to make it hard for him. We knew that, right? but I think it backfired on them because look at Prince Charming now. Okay, so that's an ad. Exactly. It's not a claim like the tabloid do every day. There was hard evidence in a courtroom about what Vivek did and the involvement of Charles and William. Chip is just another pay hack for hire, so unreliable as a source of unbiased comment. Must be a new Tuesday. Must be a new Tuesday, a different Tuesday, the last Tuesday, or maybe even Tuesday with Maury. Oh, that's that thing they throwing shade at him that he will not talk about him when he left after Tuesday. Okay, next tweet. Princess Diana never explicitly said she didn't want security and any official or public statement that can be verified. The idea that she refused royal protection is a narrative that gained traction after her death, especially in media and palace adjacent commentary. Exactly.
In October 1996, Princess Diana flew to Italy to be given a medal for her contribution to humanitarian work, especially in the field of public health. When she had attempted to withdraw from public life back in 1993, she had insisted on her Scotland Yard bodyguards being permanently removed, apparently because she was worried that they might be spying on her.
Alright, here's what I know. After her divorce in 1996, Diana lost her HRH title and with the automatic entitlement to royal protection from the Metropolitan Police. Alright, that's the thing here. HRH. They were doing the same thing with Harry and Meghan. They removed the HRH. That's their blueprint. Once they claim that you don't have HRH, there's no police protection. Okay? But this is what they probably told Princess Diana privately. But for the public, it was a different topic. They claimed that it's Diana who didn't want police protection.
She had insisted on her Scotland Yard bodyguards being permanently removed, apparently because she was worried that they might be spying on her.
Okay, reports suggest that she was offered continuous security but under very specific terms, likely involving restriction or oversight from the royal household, which she may have found intrusive. Friends and close aides have said she was concerned about her safety and felt watched. She reportedly hired her own private security at times. There's no public record of her ever saying, I don't want security, in a definitive way. If such a statement was made, it wasn't recorded on the record or realized by Diana herself. Alright, right when Diana was killed, it was easy for the palace to tell the people lies about what Diana said because she is no longer here to defend herself. Exactly. Harry is alive and he will fight them all to keep his family safe and make sure there are court records to back him up. Exactly. Okay, exactly. Look at, I say exactly like that, but the next tweet says that. Exactly. They hound her to death and made sure she was stripped of security. The result was exactly what was wanted. Same playbook they want for Harry and Meghan. Okay, the New York City chase. Okay, that narrative came from the royal correspondence. The UK royal lies, they did to her what they did to Harry. Like Tyler said, Meghan could have said so much more on Oprah and Harry and Meghan on Netflix. Her the royal lie, I believe they wanted to control her like they did Harry and play a part in her death. Could be. Okay, they killed Diana. Let me not go there. That is how they said Diana was comfortable with Camilla and Charles. That's what Jenny Bond said. Lies, lies. Salty Island peasant just believe the lies. Alright, I'll put this. You guys could pause and read. Okay? That's too much. Pause and read. Next tweet. Maybe something I could bookmark. Next tweet. They kill Princess Diana and then blame her for her death. I'm glad Prince Harry speaking up about their evil shenanigans and putting everything on the record. Charles has made it clear Harry's death will mean nothing to him. Yeah, he did say it. Look at the screen. I have that paper. Alright, and the letter from Queen Elizabeth, Lord have mercy. That lady did not want a repeat of what happened to Diana. She was adamant that Harry and Meghan be protected. The fact that Charles' will went against her wish is absolutely heartbreaking. Okay, I think I read some part of this already. Pause and read. Okay, I need to finish. Pause and read. Okay, next tweet. I don't think there's any comment. Oh, there are. And I bet there are emails now showing Charles overriding that. Could be. Alright, speeding fact. Okay, the irony is that Charles and William might likely end up not being able to stop the free fall of the monarchy to its demise by their evil action against Diana, Harry, and Meghan. They will face the consequences of their evil deeds. Okay, they started something they can't stop. Serve them right. I honestly... Okay, let's pause some of this. I honestly don't think even what her name death would truly bother Charles, as long as he isn't inconvenient. You never want to inconvenience that guy. True, Charles only cares for Charles. Okay, exactly. That's why he said he has friends. He has many friends, you know, who pretty much make a big difference to his life.
Mrs. Barker Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
He said it. All right, true, Charles only cares about Charles. Exactly. They will probably celebrate just like they did when Diana was killed. All right, 100%. The spirit of the late Princess Diana will never allow the world to forget what had happened to her. Kamala is alive and well. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Okay, 2024 was the first year the royal family lies have been exposed like that. I mean, what the F was even that? Alright, so this is where they put the picture up. I mean, when they start something, they just don't know how to come clean. It's just piling after, you know, they create a lie and then they manufactured something to cover the lie, and then it goes on and on and on, and then eventually they twist themselves into a pretzel. That's when the other one regarding the fake pictures. Okay, this is how it sort of started. This is another thing. During Mother's Day, I guess whatever had happened at the beginning of the year of last year, we will never know whether she had something that happened to her or William did something and somebody got killed, all of that. Now comes Mother's Day. Every month or every week, people were asking, where is the wife of his? Okay, so they manufactured a picture. They Photoshop it. I must say, they did a very good job at it. Okay, but people who work with Photoshop all the time, I work with Photoshop. I don't have the eyes for that. I'm not that skillful at Photoshop, but enough to do my thumbnails. But people who work, photographers, people who don't even care about the royal family, all sort of things, they analyze that picture. But I know it was some of the squad who were saying the picture was manufactured. But when they first put it out, they claimed that it was William who put it out. Look what a great husband that he is. He took pictures of the kids, of the family with the wife. And then when they start scrutinized, pointing different little things that inconsistent in the picture, the tabloid quickly started removing William from the conversation. And then eventually AP come out and say this picture is fake. First they asked them, okay, for the back end of the photo, you know, that will show where and when, the GPS, all of this, the digital aspect of it. They have a term for it. I don't remember the term. They can provide that once AP asks for it. Associate Press. Eventually, AP said they discredited it's a manufactured picture, so they discredited it and they claim it's almost like something out of North Korea. So that was the beginning of discrediting the royal family of their nonsense. And you think they will stop? They went and do that thing with the what is it, AI picture video of Kate. So whatever. But this picture came out after they were trying to cover up with the picture of the family picture, and people were asking, where is Kate, where is Kate? And then they did that fake picture. We don't even think this is Kate. Even that picture, some of the squad were analyzing in terms of height, how the different height differentiation of William versus Kate and height in this picture. So everything they put out. And again, you think they will stop? No, they're putting more nonsense out there, and the squad were analyzing. Unfortunately, this is the picture. All right, a lot of people were talking about it. There's different thing. I can't even pinpoint. There's one guy I remember who did a TikTok video who shows where this picture came from, and show, I know he did something. It's in one of my videos. Juxtapose the original picture along with that picture and things like that. They talk about the clothes that the little girl wears. I don't know. Those people have eyes. Let's just say they have eyes to pinpoint certain things, to say where each of those pictures came from, what event, what public event they were that those pictures came from. But when you at a glimpse, you will say that Photoshop is pretty good. You know, they did a pretty good job. All right, yet no follow-up by the British media. We seen taste testers, full-on gem discussion as ever, item price discussion, but nothing from the weird videos, freaking photos of the whales in 2024. I always repost this. That's Kate pointing at everybody. But it's her. It's her. All right, so this is my last one. Oh my Lord. That cancer must have given Kate a few pair of lungs, because, my God, for anyone who's been skiing will know how energy consuming that is, let alone doing it twice in 3 months a week each time. There's the laugh here. That combined with that sunlight, a lot of water, you got yourself a winner in that Ford Award. Okay, marking a cancer survivor will give you bad karma. I'm really glad I didn't. She didn't have any cancer. All right, that's the nonsense. When they need to give an excuse, they're gonna bring the cancer issue here. They should have stuck with surgery part of the lie and been done, but no, they chose to drag it out, saying she has cancer and someone tried to steal her medical record. Oh, did they say that? She's doing everything opposite of a person who's in remission. They can't keep up with the lies. I don't know. All right, don't forget altitude. Altitude really takes your breath away. Trust me, I know. I grew up underneath that tree you see on every one of my tweets. Okay, so that here. The General Grant tree stand at about 6,700 plus feet elevation, I guess. Okay, there's the laugh here and sunlight. I wonder why we don't have expert on TV explaining new cancer therapy. Okay, they don't research their lies very well. They just go with what first come to mind to garner sympathy and keep people from asking questions, etc. But forget the aftercare bit and reckon those night swims did the tricks. Right? Sometimes I wish cancer patient will be like her. So much energy, skill with such energy. This proof that she never had it. That's what I'm saying. It was a cover-up, just like father of all unforgiveness and hatred. Yeah, they mentioned their name as the... What is it? As the racists who call into question the kids' skin color, and then they threw her under the bus.
I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
And then Charles come up with the thing to feel sorry for him. He has cancer. And then every time there's a problem, you know, he's in the public eye, and all of a sudden he's for treatment for cancer, you know. And then William pick up on it, or should I say the Wales pick up on it and say she has cancer too. The two races. Oh my God. Let's leave that alone. I'm done. All right, so let's do a prayer. The last prayer that I did is prayer for protection and guidance. Prayer to keep evil away. All right, let's see what comes up. A short one. Let's pick that one. Archangel Michael, please protect my family and I from negativity. Shield us with your light and keep evil spirit away. Amen. All right, so that's it. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. There might be part 1 and part 2 because I have an hour and 17 minutes. So I might divide it into 2 parts. All right, so thank you for watching.
Kanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.